Welcome back. You're with us in the newsroom. We're currently on the banks of the river Sabarmati in Ahmedabad, but we're focusing on the day's big story as well. It's been 9 years since young Aarushi Talwar was killed. For the last 4 years, her parents have been locked up in jail, convicted of murdering their own daughter. Today, the Allahabad High Court finally said that they were not guilty. Rajesh and Nupur Talwar will now walk free.
I'm emotionally drained by by hearing the news and unable to even talk about it further.
जो injustice हो रहा था राजेश और नूपुर के साथ, वो एक समाप्त हुआ एक chapter हमारी life में.
A long wait followed by words of relief. However, what began with the death of 14-year-old Aarushi Talwar on the morning of 16th of May 2008 remains unresolved. What we do know is this: there isn't enough evidence which can nail the Talwar couple. The day began with information emerging from Allahabad High Court that the judgment would be declared by 2:45 p.m. Nearly 700 kilometers away in Ghaziabad's Dasna jail, where the couple has been lodged since November of 2013, the dentist couple prayed and then sat eagerly before the television. At 2:55 p.m, the announcement of their acquittal was reported. As the jailer later told us, the Talwars were weeping with joy.
What was the reaction of the Talwars immediately after the acquittal?
He's very well. He's very well, and he's satisfied with judgment.
Sir, when will they be released?
So long as the judgment we will receive judgment from High Court, then we will released.
The Talwar couple will walk out of the Dasna jail after the prison officials formally get a copy of the High Court's order. The CBI has the next 6 months to decide if it wants to appeal against the Talwar's acquittal in the Supreme Court now. Let's now look at how the case fell apart. In addition to basing its judgment on circumstantial evidence, the lower court also relied on aspects like the conduct of the parents to establish what it saw as their guilt. However, the Allahabad High Court rejected most of this. It highlighted the fact that there were multiple theories on the motive of the crime, while different probes offered contradictory findings on murder weapon and the chain of events. It also demolished the prosecution's case against the conduct of the parents.
The Allahabad High Court today has clarified that merely on the basis of conjecture, possibilities and probabilities, a person cannot be convicted under IPC 302. The guilt in any case, in any circumstance, has to be established beyond a reasonable doubt. And that indeed hasn't happened in the case of Talwar. The Aarushi murder case, the mystery continues. Who killed her? Today, Allahabad High Court has given the dentist couple benefit of doubt, which means that there is indeed some evidence which talks about the fact that they could have been involved in the murder, but the investigating agencies have not been able to establish guilt. The chain of causation is not established, it remains unbroken, marred by a lot of conjectures and possibilities, which clearly works in the favor of the accused.
The road to acquittal for Talwars has been a long one, full of twists and turns. While the investigators, including the Noida police and the CBI, have held the Talwars as suspect, their failure to produce conclusive proof has led to the case hitting a dead end once again.
As the moment comes closer when the Talwars will emerge free from the prison, 9.5 years to the day when Aarushi and Hemraj were found murdered, the joke is clearly on the investigators. With the High Court's ruling, no one is accused of the double murder any longer. With Shivendra, Anusha and Abhishek, Bureau Report, India Today.
Right before they were convicted of murdering their daughter, I sat down with Rajesh and Nupur Talwar in one of their very few interviews together, where they give their side of the story. Remember, they've been vilified for the last several years as being those murderous parents who killed their daughter. Today, the court said that that is not true, and they were allowed to go free. Sit back and watch Rajesh and Nupur Talwar give us their side of the Aarushi story.
This report of the FSL, the Forensic Science Laboratory from Gandhinagar, which says that the experts from Gandhinagar who came, who were forensic experts, concluded that the crime could only have been committed by someone very close to Aarushi.
Now, what does the FSL lab see in our house to say such a thing? On what basis? When has the FSL lab come? 15 days later, when the CBI comes in? What have they seen in my house? I mean, we've gone into Arushi's room, Arushi's belongings are there, things are there, and I don't know on what basis this report is.
I think you'll have to ask them on what basis.
Because, I mean, anyone can see it's
on
just
what basis have they made that statement?
You don't have a rocket scientist to kind of understand this kind of a thing.
Let's come to the issue of the golf club, because that's something which has been written about quite a lot as well. Several things being said about the golf clubs. They're essentially concluding that it is established that the dimensions of the striking surface of club number 5 seized from Dr. Rajesh Talwar is identical to the dimensions of the injury found on both the victims. This is the conclusion of forensic experts.
First of all, let me make it very clear how the golf clubs are found. Okay? For 1.5 years, those golf clubs was present in the house, in our house. Nobody asked for them. Neither Noida police, nor the first team, nor the second team. When we moved our house, we asked the CBI to come and inspect the house for anything that they might need.
We had the CBI inspector coming, he looked through all the things, he looked through all our belongings, he said you can go ahead and move your things, we don't need anything from here.
They're saying one particular golf club, the club used in the attack, was missing.
They have all the golf clubs, they've written here, the entire golf set was given to them.
1 year later they say.
No, they have taken all of them. I have a Caesar report, you can see it. They have also gone on to add, Rahul, that there was no body fluid or blood on any of these golf sticks.
When they got the golf clubs, they were absolutely clean. There was no dust on them, there was no specks of dirt on them, unlike the other clubs.
We just gave them whatever we had.
You're saying you did not clean them?
Absolutely not. Then I need them to get the DNA on it.
Not.
We're talking about touch DNA, we're talking about to every person who comes our way. If they've not found normal DNA, touch DNA is not going anywhere. That is one of the most robust things that happens. For centuries, DNA lasts.
Let's come to the scene of the crime and take a look at some of the points the CBI makes over there. It says that the body of Aarushi was lying undisturbed in her bed in spite of the use of violent force. It also says that the toys were undisturbed and they had no blood on them. It says that the bedsheet of Aarushi does not show any signs of disturbance or signs of violence. The school bag of Aarushi is lying near the body without any blood. So the essence of what the CBI's argument is that somebody placed the body over there and put all these things around it to make it seem as if everything was fine and normal.
The only thing I can say is we found Aarushi in a certain way, and that's all.
We never altered anything there. We're putting it on record, not one time, but 500 times. We did not alter anything in that room when we found Aarushi the way she was.
But then how does it account for the fact that the toys or the school bag have no blood on it? Because the point the CBI makes is if there was violence, if there was use of force, there would have been some of it all around everywhere as opposed to just at the body and nowhere else.
Could it mean the theory is wrong?
It could, but...
See, the thing is, what is happening is, whatever is inconvenient for the CBI is dressing up. Why can't you see, is it possible there is a problem with your theory? You first check that out. When the facts don't fit in, you first look at the facts again and see, hey, wait a minute, my conclusions may be wrong. Here it's going the other way around. The CBI has made a theory. The CBI has no reason to say why that theory exists.
No, but there are certain facts that they've given in this thing. They
yeah,
say
now what
the
I'm trying
school
to,
bag has no
I'm
blood
saying
on
something
it.
else.
Okay, let me just answer one. You were talking about the school bag. I'm not going to, I'm not going to sit and answer each and everything about this. This is not correct. But I'll tell you about the school bag. The school bag was lying on Arushi's head end while she was covered.
When we found her, Aarushi was covered with a white blanket and the school bag was on her face part. And I'll tell you one thing, her school bag used to hang on her window. It was the handle used to be on the handle of the window, her school bag used to be hanging. We have photographs of that. I have incidentally photographs of Aarushi that same night on our own camera after 10 o'clock. And there's a picture of that bag hanging there. So whoever has done this has then, when they have covered her, they have taken the school bag and covered her as well. So it's not that the bag was lying there, why is there no blood on it? You see, the CBI did not have the benefit of coming there in the first stage. They are going on the basis of some UP police investigation, some descriptions given by the UP police, maybe some photographs, I don't know how correct they are of the UP police. So that is probably the reason they're saying this. I mean, they have to be, I don't know how credible the UP police investigation has been. We all know that.
This is where we are wrapping up the newsroom tonight. We'll be in Ahmedabad all through the day tomorrow. We'll have BJP President Amit Shah with us live at 11 a.m. Has Vikas indeed gone crazy? What is his counter, his home turf? For the first time seeing the Congress trying to dig in. Are they getting traction? What's the strategy being put together by the Shahenshah of the BJP? Listen live to BJP President Amit Shah at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, both on India Today and on Aaj Tak. This is where I take your leave. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Till then, from all of us here in the India Today newsroom team, goodbye, good night.